If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me that you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Johnny Fastlane here. So, Jay-Z responds to Backlash for not standing up during the national anthem, and P from Quality Control apologizes to all the strippers. Plus, Flipp Dinero drops a new video with Lil Baby. Let's talk hip-hop.
A lot of people took note of the fact that you and your wife were seated during the national anthem at the Super Bowl. Was that meant to convey a statement?
It actually wasn't. Sorry. It really wasn't. What happened was, it was not premeditated at all. Like, we was, remember now, the context. Like, TMZ can tell you anything without speaking to you. I need to tell you, if it was me, I would say, yes, that's what I've done. I think people know that about me. But what happened was, we got there, and we were sitting, and now the show's about to start. And my wife is with me, and she wanted to go for it. And so she says to me, I know this feeling right here. Like, she's super nervous because she performed the Super Bowl before. I haven't. I'm cool with it. And then, so we get there, and we immediately jump into artist mode. So now we're looking, I'm like, did I tell you Yolanda Adams performing? And you know, I got the choir from Miami. You know, we want everyone to be involved in this, and they're the ones and all that. I'm telling them, we're talking. And now I'm really just looking at the show. So I'm looking at the show, did a mic start, was it too low to start? We added a bunch of sound, because the sound was done for TV. So I had to explain to him as an artist, if you don't feel the music, you can't really reach that level. You can't really reach a level of performance unless you can feel the music. And it was like a big struggle to get all the sound. So I don't know if everyone knows, there's so many speakers on the floor. And I was like, well, is there too many speakers on the floor? Should Sean be up here? And I'm looking at the iMag, and I'm like, there's too many cutaways from Yolanda. I want to see the players, but I definitely want to see when she hit that last note. It was beautiful, and they missed it. So the whole time we're sitting there, we're talking about the performance, and then right after that, Denny comes out, and we're talking about how beautiful she looked and how she sound and what she's gone through in her life. For her to be on the stage, we were so proud of her. And then, you know, it finished, and then my phone rang, and it was like, you know you ain't just, I'm like, what?
So, if y'all remember, yesterday I talked about this, right? And the whole situation is there, Demi Lovato came out, she was singing the national anthem, and somebody who wasn't respecting their country was busy filming Demi Lovato and Jay-Z and Beyonce and Blue Ivy, but somebody basically was filming Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Blue Ivy just sitting down during the national anthem, right? So, oh my God, the world went up in arms, right? People on Twitter were either for or against Jay-Z, right? Oh yeah, Jay-Z's making a statement. Hell yeah, Jay-Z's for black people. Jay-Z's not kneeling, but he's sitting. Kaepernick responded to Jay-Z, oh, I thought we was past the kneeling, but they sitting. Different, but kind of the same, right? Or is it the same if the nigga wasn't trying to make a statement, right? Then Tony Lauren from Fox News, oh, this millionaire crackhead, crack dealing son of a bitch, you know, can't stand up for a country that made him filthy rich, go to a different country, try another a whole bunch of stuff, right? And the internet is judging Jay-Z, right? I came out with my video yesterday and I said, sorry to let y'all know, but Jay-Z don't give a damn about black people, civil rights, or trying to make a statement. He also don't give a damn about white people and trying to coon for them either, right? Jay-Z cares about green people, dead presidents, money, greenbacks, Fediana, Flipp, Dinero, cheese, guap, guapiana, whatever the case may be. That's the only motherfucker that Jay-Z cares about is George Washington. And I ain't talking about the president unless he's on a bill, right? So that's my whole thing. They asked Jay-Z, hey man, why were you sitting down? Were you trying to make a statement? And Jay-Z said, nah, I wasn't trying to make a statement. Sorry, and then giggles about it, right? Of course he's not trying to make a statement, and you nigga should have known, right? So then Jay-Z explains it further on the reason why he was sitting down, right? And it was something just kind of like what I thought, the reason why he was sitting down in the first place, because the nigga just felt like fucking sitting down, right? But it wasn't that, right? He came up with some kind of excuse about how, you know, Yolanda Adams came out and was singing, and they were like, oh man, I can't really hear Yolanda Adams because, you know, there's so many speakers that are down there on the floor and not up here. And he was worried about, you know, the sound system and technical things. And then Demi Lovato came out and she started singing, and he was worried about, you know, the TV production and how it sounds on TV and how it's translating to the audience that's sitting at home versus the way that it sounds in the stadium. And then before he knew it, boom, the national anthem was over, and somebody called his phone and was like, bro, you know you ain't just stand up for the national anthem. And he was like, oh, for real? I didn't stand up? Shit, I was too busy chatting it up with Beyonce, right? That's it, and that's all, right? Jay-Z ain't trying to make no statement, right? He ain't here for that. He's just doing this and trying to get his guap. That's it, right? So we can stop looking at Jay-Z to try to save us, the black community, black culture. We can stop looking at Jay-Z to make some kind of powerful statement, right? He's really only for Blue Ivy, his mom, Beyonce's mom, Beyonce, his nephews, and a couple of other close family members, right? The two twins, like they're not for everybody. And we just have to get that through our heads. I don't know why you would think that Jay-Z would be. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Alright, man, yo, this is a sad sight, okay? Because you got like 20 strippers sitting in the airport in Miami, I guess, trying to get back home, and they don't even have plane tickets to get back home, right? So the whole situation is that Quality Control, and you know, they're a record label, and Quality Control, you know, P is there, and Coach K, they're like the big homies, they're like the CEOs of Quality Control. But they have Cardi B, the Migos, Lil Yachty, Lil Baby, the City Girls, Stefflon Don, just like mad different artists, right? A bunch of big artists. Quality Control is a huge record label out of Atlanta, right? Anyway, so every year during Super Bowl weekend, they usually host a party in, you know, the local strip club of wherever that Super Bowl is going to be, called Stripper Bowl, right? And basically they bring out literally $1 million in dollar bills, in cash ones, right? And they ain't throwing it, right? They paying rent, they paying tuition, they paying, you know, alimony, they paying child support, they paying whatever, right? If you a stripper and you happen to make your way to a Stripper Bowl party with Quality Control, just know that you leaving with at least 5, maybe 10 racks, and you would have had a good weekend, and you could probably take next weekend off, right? And it gets crazy, right? So the whole situation is that, just like how they always do, they was up in the club, they was throwing mad money, and everything was crazy and dope and cool, right? But they was throwing so much money that some of the niggas, like some of the men, like grown ass men, right? Sucker ass niggas, I don't want no scrubs, like men, right? We're picking up money and like stashing that shit.
Y'all don't laugh at me, dog. Bitch, it was too much money in there. Bitch, y'all don't laugh at me. Bitch, y'all don't laugh at me, dog. Well, I had to do what the fuck I had to do. Well, y'all don't laugh at me, dog. Bitch, there was too much money in there. Oh, my God. Bitch,
grown ass men picking up money off of the floor like they some little strippers, right? Crazy. And then of course not letting the women eat, right? You are at the strip club to spend money. If you're a man, a grown man, then obviously you at the strip club to enjoy the ladies, to spend some money, have a drink or something like that. So do it, right? You didn't come here thinking that you was gonna make a little bit of money. So for those women who are at their job, literally like, yo, I'm at Stripper Bowl, I'm trying to make some money, leave the money for them to make. Damn, right? So anyway, P from Quality Control comes out with a statement, right? And basically says, to all the dancers that was at the party last night, please understand that we don't own clubs or the venues. We don't control or make the rules of how many girls dance, right? We also don't know who splits the money or who pays out the money or how much money gets stolen. I personally know that a lot of money was thrown between our camp, and y'all know this. We don't do contracts with dancers. Sorry for any confusion that went on, but this is out of control. We will get better control of this next time we do this fun event, right? Which will be next year during Super Bowl weekend, right? Basically, P released a statement saying, look, I know there was people stealing money, right? But we don't know. And I know maybe there were too many strippers there, and, you know, not one individual stripper got a good amount of money because it was just, the money was just split too thin, right? He says it was out of control, and I'm sure that it was. It was probably a zoo up in there, and they couldn't keep an eye on everybody and everything. And of course, all the money that you throwing out trying to make these girls have fun and everything and dance or whatever is getting scooped up, and you feel like, you know what, we do need to have better control of the situation. And I'm sure that probably, you know, they could have a lot better control of the situation if they were doing this like in Atlanta or something like that, because that's where they're at, that's where they're from, that's where they know the security, that's where they're based out of. But if they take their show on the road to Miami or California or Chicago or even New York, it may be a little bit tough to keep an eye on everything, right? But this is crazy, man. And the thing that blows my mind is a grown-ass man picking up money for the strippers, yo. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
Yo, talk that shit. Talk we in Brooklyn, so you gotta come up here. Mike, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing tonight? Man, here with my guy, Flipp Dinero. How you feeling, brother?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be here. I'm happy everyone is here to enjoy what the fuck I'm about to put on this screen. You know what I'm saying? And I just want everyone to feel the vibe. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling, big bro?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm honored that I could be here, you know, presenting this with you. You know what I mean? I'm happy to be in here with all these dope people.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, like how I move, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, we going up, man.
Absolutely. So everybody, while you can film, please don't film the video because it is coming out tomorrow. So we want to kind of keep it a surprise. Let's be respectful here. But we ready to get into it?
Alright, Joe, so that was Flipp Dinero and Wayno last night from Everyday Struggle, last night in Brooklyn, right? And this is dope, right? Because Flipp Dinero basically world premiered like his new video for Watch How I Move, or How I Move, right, with Lil Baby, right? And I seen them filming it, and they were like up against a wall, and I'm like, just what are they doing, right? Especially since Flipp Dinero kept like staring at the wall, right? It was weird and strange, but now, like in post-production, you could see everything. So basically, they made the wall look like it was on the side of a building, and that Flipp Dinero and Lil Baby were like standing on the side of a building, right? And the reason why I kept staring back at a wall was because they actually made it look like a window. So inside of the window, it was like the FBI was like searching the little apartment that Flipp Dinero and Lil Baby were in, and they basically jumped out the window and stood on the ledge while the FBI was searching their window, searching the apartment, right? But they just went right next door to a different apartment building, or sorry, a different apartment where it seemed like they were like having a party or something like that, right? So the FBI is like, fine, they're not here, well, let's try to find the money. So the FBI is like searching the apartment, looking for the money, cutting up mattresses, everything, right? Meanwhile, Flipp Dinero and Lil Baby are next door, you know, takes a picture off the wall, and they take a whole bunch of money out of the wall, and then they get out of there, and everybody that was at the party, they all get out of there too, right? But then the FBI in the other apartment, which was right next door, they cut a hole into the wall, and they open it and it leads to the other apartment. But by the time they open up the wall and see that there's another apartment there, the apartment is completely empty, and it looks like there's some people that were just there, right? And the people that were just there were Lil Baby and Flipp Dinero, right? The song is a hit. I'm telling you right now, the song is fire, and Flipp Dinero has a really good way of like coming out with a dope ass song. I don't know if it's his voice or his melodic tone or whatever the case may be, but like Flipp Dinero is dope, right? And he's from Brooklyn, he's from Canarsie, right? The same place that Pop Smoke is from, right? I'm from Flatbush, right? The same place that Bobby Shmurda is from, but I did used to live in Canarsie probably between 2011 and like 2015. I live in Crown Heights now, but everything is still Brooklyn, baby, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me know what you think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Johnny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.